Can you hear the audio?
Pardon?
Can you hear the audio?
Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm good. Can you hear the music?
N No, can you? I've my washing machine's actually really loud at the minute. Can you guys hear that?
Can you
I
hear the
can't hear
audio?
it. I can't
Oh,
hear
no.
any music.
Yeah. Can you hear the audio? It's not working here. Hey, Olivia.
Morning.
Give me in 1 second.
Looking sharp today in a shirt, David.
Very sharp. Very, very sharp. I'm just trying to work out for streaming.
It did come up on my page.
Did it come up on your page? Did it say
Yeah.
David's full of shit?
Yep.
Yeah, it says YouTube in the top corner as well.
All right. I'm just trying to learn how to use this Mac. Does it still say I'm sharing?
No, it's not sharing now.
So you can see my full screen and all that stuff. Hey Marcus, you can't see me.
I can see you. I don't know if you're screen sharing. That's what I thought you said. Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Well,
No, I'm not sharing. That's good. Okay. Right. Welcome from Africa. It is 12:01 here in the jungle.
Mhm.
No, David checking in. I'm in Johannesburg. Nice day today. Nice to see you all. Let's go with Olivia Steele.
Meehan. My name's Olivia. Well, my bank details says Steele, but I like to go by Meehan.
Oh, how do you spell that?
Meehan.
Mehan.
Yeah.
How's that? Is that better?
Yes. Perfect.
Okay, good. We aim to please. We often miss the target, but at least we're aiming.
I'm feeling good this morning. I've got some students at the moment, so I just dropped them off to get picked up. I went to the gym and I am on this. So I'm feeling refreshed and productive. Um, I'll check in with Anthony.
thank you. Um, yeah, I'm checking in, feeling pretty good. Um, I'm only here for the first hour. I've got a therapy session at 11. Um, but yeah, all good. Feeling a bit like I put my new business out into the world yesterday. So it's kind of that space in between now of like getting people's feedback and now it feels real. It's been planning and building for the last few months and it's more in my career work in the finance work that I've done in the past. And so yeah, it's exciting, but it's also that feeling where I guess it's the imposter syndrome and everything just starts to creep in. Um, but yeah, other than that, all good. I will check in, tag Marcus, sorry.
Thanks, Anthony. Morning. Yeah, I'm checking in good, happy, enthusiastic. I bounced out of bed this morning, which was a nice feeling. And then
You what?
I bounced out of bed this morning, which was
Oh,
a nice
good.
feeling. It's been a bit chaotic this morning, but I've managed to just have a moment to ground myself. And then, yeah, it's been a heavy weekend. Um, yeah, just working with someone who's struggling, just trying to get them connected and put in the right place. So we had a good outcome with that. So I'm on fire for our appointment later. I'm going to support him to his appointment and yeah, just do what I do and advocate. So I'm excited for the lesson today as well.
Great.
Morning, Ross. I'll take Ross.
Hello, everybody. Sorry I was late. But yeah, I'm feeling good. Been a busy week for me, and with work and family life. But yeah, I'm off for a couple of days now, so I can refresh and regroup. But yeah, looking forward to hearing what everybody's been up to, and excited for a good few hours of learning. I can't. I'm on my phone at the moment, so I can't really.
Slide to the left and then unmute
Thanks, David.
and then turn it horizontally.
Okie dokie. There we go.
How's that?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Great. All right.
Anthony, I'll
So
tag Anthony in. He's not been.
well, everyone else has been.
Okay.
So that was a nice frap. So sometimes you do need to frap. Do this, do that, do this. Yeah. Yeah. So nice to see everyone here. Everyone's so you're all aware of the recording. I'm still trying to get the preamble onto the screen so we can, but let me just say it off by heart of what I know. Or does somebody else want to say it? Just
Go on,
think about
David. Go on, David.
okay. All right, so just so everyone knows that this meeting is being recorded, it's being live streamed. If at any time you feel uncomfortable with the recording, ask and it will be removed without question. The reason for the recording is to break stigma and to make people aware of what it is that we're doing. Yep, and this isn't a therapy session, this is a training session. It's an adult learning environment, and we're here to learn about the theory and practice of recovery coaching. Yeah, have I left anything out? Oh yeah, give me a thumbs up if you're all to all consent or acknowledge in the chat. Okay, cool. So, oh fuck, we're gonna have to go through it again. Okay, somebody else can update Paresh. Hey, Paresh.
Bloody hell, sorry I'm late.
It's all right, mate. Do you know this meeting's recorded?
We're talking about my swearing, or are we talking about just constant late
Don't-
attendance that it's
Don't give a
recorded?
fuck. Don't give a fuck about your swearing. We
I thought
encourage.
so. I
We
thought that was-
encourage. We encourage that, but it's more your own personal safety. So
Oh,
yeah. So if at any time you want the recording deleted or something, but it's basically we want the message to get out there, really around lived experience being a professional career with a bit of training. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've all been here a while now, so I don't know what's happened to our colleagues from Thailand. But yeah, we're all here.
cool. I'm sorry I'm late, but I am safe.
Okay, great. Okay. So again, there's no need to apologize for being late, as long as people aren't disruptive and, you know, kind of come into the container with a bit of like, you know, bit of humility. I think that's something that we that we really encourage, because we don't know how difficult it is for people to get there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of schooling environment growing up was very shaming and why are you late and wah, 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 wah. So we don't want to add to that previous trauma. All right. Was there any homework? Any accountability from last week?
I don't remember any. I usually write it down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So the one thing about accountability is at the end of the session, there should always be action. Yep. Deepen the learning and moving forward. So the 3 A's are agenda, action and accountability. So we check in the 3 C's, and once we've built the container, we're looking for an agenda. But once we've established the relationship at the end of each coaching session, it's like, are we moving forward? Yeah. So let's just check that with you, Anthony. You've been coming here for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've just opened up your practice now, or your next step, your business or stuff. Like from my perspective, you are moving forward in a direction that you want for your life to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think, obviously the goal is to wrap wrap up. I think I've got all my hours logged. I just need to do the last few the assessments and the written task. Need to catch up with Leanne again. And then obviously alongside the business that I've just launched, which I'm hoping is going to earn me money to keep a roof over my head, then the sound healing and the recovery coaching will come together in a separate business later this year.
Okay, so you're essentially launching 2 businesses, one to keep you kind of commercially stable at the moment, while you can carry on doing your passion project.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Great. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. That's something that I had to do, moving from the corporate space to this space took a while. Yep. And I had responsibilities to my kids and things like that. I couldn't just kind of go, okay, I'm going off now to go peace, love, and brown rice, and then abdicate my responsibilities and the burden of being a father.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I
Yeah.
think, I've got a mortgage and stuff to pay. And I think the quickest way for me to earn money is through my career because I still need to build up a coaching practice and clients and a Lero. Like that's like longer term planning. Whereas the business I've just launched is for short term cash because I've worked for 15 years in that industry already.
And you've got some very marketable skills.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep. People aren't really looking for recovery coaches. Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think part of the fun of, doing that and setting up my own practice is that creating the change. Create,
Well, what you'll notice though is how helpful your coaching skills are in your consulting business.
yeah, and I think a lot of it is if you relate to the framework of how I would meet a founder who needs my services, it's the same. You're asking them what their future vision is for their company. And you've got the tools to help them, to guide them to get there. Obviously, as a consultant, though, I have I build them a business model that they have no idea how to build. That's where my skills come in. And I think, that's where my neurodiversity kicks in, where I can just feel at home in a spreadsheet. My brain just can work in there, which is like it's quite boring, but that's the reality. I have to accept that that's what my brain's good at is inside those spreadsheets and things.
I don't actually find that stuff boring
Yeah.
personally. Like I'm also a bit kind of in that
Yeah. Yeah.
area. But I actually like it. I get very hyper focused and obsessed and fucking right in there.
Yeah. And I think the
Uh,
perfectionism and the eye for detail, like I can spot, I
all
guess,
that stuff, yeah.
yeah, it's good in that line of work.
Yeah. All right. Marcus, how's your business coming along? Because you're also a consultant nowadays.
I'm I've had lots of conversations. I'm just trying to rally the crowd, the crew, and I'm finding that like I'm not ready to go, but I'm ready to start putting the pieces of the puzzle together. And the others are I'm finding where I was um like before I started all of this. So I'm trying to encourage them and just build the rapport.
What's your job title?
A lived experience strategist.
Okay, lived experience strategist.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I've managed
I
to
think
get
it's
connected.
an I think it's an excellent title.
I've
But
managed to get more connected. So um yeah, I just hold him back with my big ideas because it seems to confuse and baffle people at the moment.
great. Okay,
And I'm streamlining that. So, I ultimately I want to open some sort of community hub that can cater to the many adversities. But I think at the moment I'm already doing is I'm working one to one with people, um, advocating for them, kind of saying to these organizations like, what the fuck's going on? Why is this person struggling so much? This isn't like what it says on the tin. Um, so yeah, I'm building blocks. So that's going okay, but it's not going as fast as I want it to. And my bubble's been popped a few times because it's not as straightforward. And uh, yeah, it's not the flowery garden that I was expecting to just walk into and be like, I can own this space. I've got to find my place
my
in.
bubble has been popped a few times. Let's go with that.
So yeah, it's good though. There's progress, a bit more clarity, as I do more sessions.
Just tell me about the bubble being popped again.
So yeah, my idea, I was just gonna try and start the center with the homelessness, the addiction, the mental health, the safe space for other people with neurodiversities, and that's not viable. I don't even know about funding. I know about funding, but I don't know how to like write a pitch and all of that kind of stuff. And then I kind of missed
Okay,
out that you need to get commissioners on board and root
great.
into your community. So
Okay, so you've got 10 out of 10 for enthusiasm and 10 out of 10 for naivety. And as you're kind of going there, it's like, oh, fuck, I am so the same. I so relate. Come on, guys, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Do not lose the naivety. I
it's finding
promise
that
you,
balance.
if I knew what I knew today, yep, I would never have done it. If I did not have the gift of naivety and enthusiasm, like a young child on the playground, I would just be sitting there like sad sack going, no, you can't do this, it's not gonna work. Da, 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 da. Don't lose that stuff, Marcus.
Yeah,
And it's humbling, huh?
yeah, I feel that like I refuse to be that child in the playground going, it's not going to
Great.
work.
Okay,
So
great.
I'll try and keep hold of that. I've done well so far. It's like a lot of people have said over the course of like 8 years, I've kind of had this idea in my head, and 8 years people have been like, it's not possible, it's not possible, but it's
Oh,
obviously
fuck
something
that shit.
because it's
What do you
stuck.
mean you're
It's
going
stuck for
to a
8 years.
Who are those people around you, Marcus, that are saying it's not possible? It's not possible for 8 years. Who's been doing that?
But they're
Who
people
you
that
got
already
around you
run.
that?
They're people that already run organizations. They're
Mm,
ex-partners. They're people that don't want to have their toes trodden on. They're people that might be a bit offended that
mm,
that's what they started out to do and haven't achieved. So yeah, I think it's like a that cynicalism. Like if you know what, like David was saying, like if I knew what I knew now, I wouldn't have started it. And I think that that cynicalism comes with experience, especially in this field. Everyone starts out with the enthusiasm and the naivety, and then it kind of gets beaten out of them. Um, But I don't know. I feel like I've stayed strong on the idea for 8 years.
How are you doing?
So we'll see where it goes. But there's clarity and there's progress.
Mm. Well, the passion's there, and I think you're definitely on the right direction. You know, you're learning as you go in, and you're finding out how to get to where you need to be by getting in contact with the right people. So yeah, it's pretty inspiring stuff, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The more supportive people are like the individual organizations, so other charities, there's like IMROC, there's the mental health network, which is like a local thing that they're all things that challenge the system. That's where my encouragement is coming from.
Mm.
So I'm in the right circle and just need to just roll with
Keep
it a bit.
going.
But thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Anthony, you got your hand up?
Oh yeah, David, I just had a question for you around that. You know, when maybe it's worth introducing Marcus to Claire at Kennedy Street, because when she came on and did that pitch to us a good few months ago, you know, she was more than happy to take time with me and Tyler. She sent us a document of how to create your Lero or your CIC, and, you know, quite like a step-by-step guide on which funding there is available. And, you know, and she's more than happy to give her time to people who are looking to make change. I don't know if that's something worth looking at for Marcus. I don't know. Just come into my head.
Of course it's worth it. Yeah. So yeah, so Marcus, thank you very much for stepping in to cover the fundraising training on Thursday. I think that's also quite fortuitous and synchronistic as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there's it feels quite supportive, this little container this morning for me.
It's good. Everyone's sort of going in the right.
Yeah. There's, as Dorette said the other day, all the noses are pointing forward, which is. Olivia, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I reached out to the family rights people about the situation with the childcare and contact centres, and a lovely lady rang me back, and she was really impressed. She said though that the people with lived experience are different than the people that go through the legal system. So she said if she gave me the details, and she says write an email to the children'slegalcentre.com and tell them everything that I've told her, and see can I get on them panels to kind of give my lived experience down that road. She said, but everybody in the family rights bit is kind of people that are kind of lived experience more in the social part of it, not the legal part. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And how are you doing on the ketamine front?
I haven't heard anything from anybody apart from what you wrote, but I went into that. There's still no online courses, or no offense saying that they hold kind of training for it.
Right. Okay. So let's start that. Let's start online training for people, for recovery coaches that want to work in the ketamine space.
Yeah.
Are you happy to drive that?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
No. Are you happy?
Yes, I'm happy. Yes.
Okay. Will you tell your face? Where's your enthusiasm?
I did speak to Tia about it on Sunday, and she was like, I just want to make sure that I get it right, because I'm
Listen, we're never going to get it right. If someone says they're going to get it right, nothing's going to fucking happen.
Yeah.
In fact, we need to get it wrong and then have the humility, as long as we don't kill anyone. And what is it that you're trying to do? It's not like you're becoming a ketamine dealer.
Yeah.
You know, you want to create a support group because it seems to be the buzz of the month. And we've got
Yeah.
lots of so the ketamine stuff would sit in the harmless reduction domain.
Yeah. definitely.
And in the harm reduction domain, there's definitely needs to have coaching as part of people's journey towards abstinence, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, harm
But
reduction is
but
started.
it's definitely a thing that needs to happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm really pleased. How are you finding supervision with Tia?
Great. Yeah, really good. She's given me a lot of confidence because I do lack that. And she said, like, listening to me and the way I described the ketamine to her, not last week, the week before that, she says, I know an awful lot about it anyways. She said, so stop being doubtful and send
Good.
her stuff, and she'll have a look through what I'm saying before I actually do anything. She'll have a look through anything I want to kind of check in. But Marcus is going to come with me on that one, I think, as well. He said he
Great.
can help
Cool.
me out as well. So
Yeah. So we're not going in alone, and we're supporting each other and holding people's hands.
yeah.
Yeah. So let me tell you a story about Tia. When Tia started this training. Yep. And Tia is she's also my girlfriend. And let me just put that out there as well. For we've been together for 14 years. But when she did the training, one of her first clients that she got, yep, phoned her up and said, I've just taken all my psych medication to try and kill myself. What must I do? And this was her case study patient. And she said, I don't know what you should fucking do. You better get to a hospital.
Mm.
And the guy went to hospital, and then the parents came to hospital, and she got to the hospital. And the guy was filled with remorse that he overdosed on all his psych meds. And it took him 3 days to die. His organs started to fail. And oh, I feel sad when I talk about it.
Mm.
But he was a very unwell person. Yep. And from a training perspective, that was really the event that got Tia past, because she suddenly was able to step out of her scope of practice. Like, this is not for me. You better do this. Yeah.
Mm.
The fact that he phoned her after that he was a young kid, 17-year-old kid. And it had a huge impact on her. You can
Yeah.
imagine what that's like, but it's like, this is out of my, yep. And then the fact she gave the family a lot of support afterwards. Yeah. Like, it was, I mean, it was a complex situation, but the reason I want to say this is that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for, have you done the academic theory and have you passed those exams? We want to know is like, can you stand and deliver when the shit hits the fan? Because that's where most people run away.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I already had a parent approach me when she brought a child in for ketamine. So yeah, I had to help her out.
And when people are bringing their children in for ketamine, who is the client?
The user,
No, the parent.
the parent. Okay.
And I'll tell you why it's the parent, because they're the one that's carrying the anxiety. Yep. And they think that somehow Olivia's going to be the
Yeah.
good person. And then this kid comes in and thinks, fuck, well, why am I seeing this old pisshead? You
Mm.
know, what do they know? What do they understand?
Well, it was a bit difficult actually because the mum that brought her in, I know her through AA.
Okay, great.
So
So
it's like,
already the boundaries are murky.
yeah,
This is a wonderful thing to talk about,
yeah,
yeah? And I find myself in this situation so many times because, oh, David's story, this and this will be great. And then these poor kids come and they sit in front of me and they just see this old fat white guy thinking, what the fuck does this bloke know?
yeah.
Yeah.
She did ask, can she come into the meeting as well? And I was like, no, you cannot come into the meeting as well. I was like, she's not going to be herself if you come in.
Okay.
We'll offer you help separately, but not together at the moment.
So what I do from a coaching perspective is just get very clear of what coaching is and isn't. Yeah. So I place it in, this is a wellness space, and I will see a parent and a child together for about 10 minutes just to try and understand what's like, why have you guys come to me? Like, fuck out. How did you end up in my room? Like, what the fuck? Yeah. And then I'll often then I'll ask the parents to leave if they're all right and the kids are right with it. Yeah. And then I'll just get curious, like, okay, mate, I get you haven't got a drug problem, but it sounds like you've got a parent problem. And then they usually go, oh yeah, blah 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 blah, and all my friends, blah blah blah. And there's a lot of kind of and it's difficult because like working with kids also just heighten things up.
Yeah. Like, I didn't know the parent was going. It just so happened that I was there at the same time. So, and she thought this was a higher power moment. Like, she knows me from the AA.
Oh, it's a God moment.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
just
meant to
like,
be. Oh God.
so she's like, oh my God.
This is okay. So it gets very, the projections and the things it gets complex, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And how are you doing personally? How's it going being your mum and your 8-year-old, and is it still half term or kids back at school or
Half term Friday.
half term Friday? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm fine, but yeah, I can. Yeah.
I mean, you've done a lot of classes. You must be coming up towards the end of yours as well now, isn't it?
Yeah. Like with the coaching, like with my supervision bit of it. Is that what you mean? I've done it for the last.
No. You've done all the classroom
Yeah.
hours.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
it's you're taking your case study, your personal journal, that sort of stuff. Tia's taking you through the facilitation
Yeah.
and giving you some personal coaching.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Let's check in with Paresh.
So on the recovery coaching side, I mean, I've done some more online reading and work in the weekend.
Yep, you love Sundays for that, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
That's good.
Sunday.
How's that
So
going?
yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I'm doing it slower because I think I mentioned that maybe
Where are you up to?
I've always got it open. Let me have a look. 46%.
Okay. All right. So you must
So
have started with the brain and the mind stuff.
your coaching techniques. So just finish power of open questions, motivational interviewing and stages. Yeah. So
Stages of
module
change.
2, correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, and attending as many of these sessions as I can really.
You're also very enthusiastic, huh?
Yeah, and I think a bit delusional as well, right? So, so when I first started this, I'm like, right, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna become a recovery coach, and I'm gonna make money and do this, that, and the other, and it'll be great for my recovery. And I'm just like, yeah, those things might happen, they might not happen, but I'm just slowing it down. That's all. So
Okay.
I'm calming
Okay.
down. I need to calm down on a lot of things in my life at the moment. I've got a lot going on. I'm finishing up
Okay.
my job on the 30th of April because I'm self-employed. So I've got to find another role, which is becoming a bit stressful. Um,
So Paresh, I want to say something. I
um,
want to reframe delusional. You're not delusional. Yeah. You could easily become a recovery coach, a professional recovery coach. you becoming an astronaut is delusional. Yeah. Yep. Your goals, your earnings, that sort of stuff might be a bit unrealistic at this time. And that is a healthy thing. Yeah, I'm going to do a week. I mean, I just saw an advert on Facebook that said become a certified neurodiversity coach for 1,139 Rand. Accredited, da, da, da. Fuck. I mean, to understand neurodiversity, yeah, it's not going to take a weekend Facebook course.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's that's what I'm finding here as well, right? So there's a lot to it. There's a lot, and I've noticed in the online stuff that I'm looking through as well. It's deeper than I thought, which is good. So yeah, and then yeah, there's other things going on. I don't know. I just feel a bit stressed at the moment. So yeah, not very balanced. Um, got a few things going on. So yeah, I'm going 2 years sober on Thursday, which is feels a bit odd. It's good.
I phoned my mate up when I was 2 years sober, many years ago.
What was that? Sorry?
I phoned my mate up and I said, "Oi, Mark, I'm going to be 2 years sober next week." He goes, "Cool, mate, you must be thirsty."
Yeah. So,
Not that
I
they
don't know,
gave a
kind of
fuck.
as my recovery is going on in greater time, I'm kind of becoming less like, oh my God, you know, oh my God, look at the app. Oh my God, how many days sober am I? And all of these sorts of things. It's like,
Oh, you
well,
got a
is
sober
this
app?
really, yeah, is this really something that you should be like singing from about? I don't know. But it's probably because I've been like drowning in just normal life, right? So, but if you're on your knees and you're coming out trying to recover from a relapse, what I have today would be a dream. Yeah. So we've
Absolutely.
all been there. So if you think back to like it's a horrible feeling to that point where you're trying to get out of it.
Mm.
You're shaking, you're sweating, you're all over the shop, and you're trying to stop it and get out of it. You'd do anything to have what we probably all have now.
Yeah. We can take that
Gratitude.
stuff for granted. I mean, look how
Yeah.
Anthony's smiling there. He's going, "Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck. Yeah."
Like, and I'm yelling about this, that, and the other in the house about, and stressing out about all these things. So,
Okay. So I tell you what, why don't we throw Anthony in the deep end and Anthony can give you some 10-minute coaching.
I need more than that.
Well, we'll start with 10 minutes. Have you been coached live before here?
Never.
Are you up for that, Anthony?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can
I
always,
missed that last bit though, because I was messaging someone.
yeah. I just thought you could give Paresh 10 minutes coaching around where to from here. Like he's done the training, he's like on the training, his career's coming to a change where he's currently contracting, maybe and I just thought let's throw you in the deep end, make you sweat, and that got Ross to kind of sit up in his chair and he goes, "Oh, this is gonna be interesting."
Yeah, and I feel a bit not in kind of grounded at the moment. Feel a bit wobbly on a few things. Not
Would you
wobbly,
like
but
would you like some coaching, Paresh?
yeah, I'd love it.
Okay, Anthony, would you like to give some coaching
Yeah,
for
let's
10
do it.
minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it in the deep end. See you in 10 minutes.
Yeah. So I guess Paresh to start, like did you know those feelings of that and what you just described? what do you think the root of that is for you?
I think I just feel a bit unsettled on a few things, like let's say the job thing. So I don't know when I'm going to get a job. I don't have consistency on the income side there because it's an unknown. Um, and then I have goals which are financially driven, so it's that makes that unknown. So it's a bit, and then I don't know why I'm thinking about this 2 years thing so much on Thursday. But I am. I've been going to a couple more than I normally do AA meetings. So things have been tense at home. Um, yeah,
And ha
I just feel
based on
like,
what you said, there's a lot going on. Do
yeah,
you
there's a lot going on and I'm not managing it well.
and how do you think you can, what small steps could you take to start to manage this better?
Slowing down, de-stressing basically. De-stressing, slowing down.
Sub forms, and how do you tend to do that? What forms, it's self-care essentially, isn't it?
Yeah,
What are the
yeah.
ways that you try to do that, in your daily routine?
Exercise, but I'm doing quite a lot of exercise at the moment. Doing things for me, like, and that sounds silly, but like this house is pretty chaotic, right? So just like sitting down and watching a dedicated show on my own, things like that. But I'm doing that as well. I don't know. I just feel a bit unsettled.
Yeah. And do you mind sharing some of my lived experience, some
Love
of my
to. Yeah.
so one of the things that I try to do for that self-care is I exercise a lot, but I try to take small periods of the day to meditate and take, as they say in the fellowship, take it one day at a time. I try and take like small actions towards, you say you have those bigger goals, based on financial goals, like to going from nothing to that huge goal for me is like I'm in a very similar position to you. So I don't have any income. My bank balance is bone dry, and I've just set up this consultancy business, and I have those end goals of where I need to make money to keep a roof over my head, and then how I'm going to get there. And I guess it's having small, what to get to those larger goals. How do you think you can create those smaller steps to get to those larger goals, I guess? There's self-care to implement. There's potentially, what actions in your business life can you take? I guess how do you see yourself getting to that bigger picture with your goals?
Yeah, I think I need to spend some time thinking about it, getting a bit of paper out, getting a pen and writing out some so small things like what you're saying, suggesting.
Yeah, and I think from my experience, those smaller goals, they tend to make the bigger pictures feel more achievable. So, I don't know if that would be of benefit to you as well. And I guess, do you find that that could be a positive step, is getting it down on paper? Do
Yeah,
you
I think so. I think so. So I'm a big planner, but I think I'm focusing on planning in the wrong areas. So I'm planning this thing over here and I'm planning that and I'm this, that, and the other, but I'm not putting that same amount of energy into myself.
and
The
so
self-care you talked about, or yeah.
yeah. And I guess one thing, how could you bring that all together into one plan for Paresh as a whole, I guess?
I don't know. I think it will probably be fleshed out once I start thinking about it or writing it down or coming up with some suggestions.
Yeah, maybe that can be some homework for you, Paresh.
Yeah.
Great timekeeping there, Anthony.
Was that 10 minutes?
Yeah, almost to the. Yeah. And maybe that can be some homework.
Well, I guess that's getting the accountability bit at the end.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
So
opened some feed.
would the role of, so if I turned around about 3/4 through that conversation and said, you know what, I'm doing exercise, I'm doing lots of relaxing things, I'm doing lots of things to keep myself occupied, just it's not, but I'm
So
not.
Paresh, let's come back to your question in a minute. Yep.
Okay.
Let's just give Anthony some feedback of
Yeah.
what he did well and what he could have done better. Yep. So this is a practice for Marcus, Olivia, and Ross in giving feedback. Okay, so they're called EBIs, even better if. Yep. So when it comes to giving feedback, the kind of rule of thumb is 4 good things to 1 EBI. One even better if. Who wants to go first? Or would you like me to model it?
You can hit me with it, David.
Look, listen to him. He's already set up. You can hit me with it. So he's going to miss all the compliments. He's just waiting for the fucking sucker punch. How
That's where
many of
the
us are like that, huh?
that's where the learning's done.
Huh?
That's where you
We're
learn.
all like that.
100%.
It's like, yeah. I get the good side. Just tell me where I fucked up. Just tell me, yeah.
Where's the
Yeah.
negative or perceived negative?
Can you just explain that again? Sorry, the even better if, like the ratio of what you
So when giving feedback, yeah, a good way of giving feedback is like we're so used to going of all the things you've done wrong. Yeah. It's like me and my girlfriend. She'll just start off, well, you haven't done this, you haven't done this, you didn't do that, fucking da 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 da.
Mhm.
And it's just fucking negative.
Yeah.
And then I get on the defensive and go, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm just fucking defensive. And then it's like, you're not good enough, and like fucking, and then I'm the places where you're fucking ungrateful and you don't get me.
Mm.
And that is not a good place to yeah. But if she woke up in the morning and said, "Oh, David, I'm so pleased you flushed the toilet this morning and put down the toilet seat, and I'm so pleased you did this and da, 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 da. But it would have been better if you." I'm being flippant, but so Anthony, what I thought you did really well is you asked open questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. You helped the client, you shared your lived experience. Yep. One more. Yeah, and your tone of voice was calming. Yeah. It
Yeah.
would have been even better if you were a bit more succinct with your questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another even better, like to watch out for, is leading questions.
Yeah. I could
Yeah.
feel yeah.
Yeah. So did that land all right with you?
Yeah. I knew that I did that leading question. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
so so often giving people feedback they kind of already know. Yeah.
Yeah. I did feel a bit under pressure and on the spot to be fair.
Well, you were under pressure. You were
Yeah.
thrown in the deep end.
Yeah.
You were, and you're deliberately thrown in the deep end here to build resilience because we have to fucking work in a culture of adversity and addiction, which is crisis, chaos, and conflict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I felt comfortable doing that.
Yeah. Your energy was great. You sat there, your tone of voice, just, yeah, you kind of held the space. And I
Okay.
imagine that talking too much is just an anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, I'm guilty of the same shit.
Where it's trying to active listen and then having an ADHD brain that's
Yeah,
spinning
yeah,
like
yeah.
a
You fucking
roulette
da, da,
machine.
da, 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 yeah. And what's the next question? And how am I going to answer this? And where am I going to go this? And like I'm fucking being assessed here, and I get it. And you managed that very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't going like fucking let me write notes and where's my book and fucking Ross, Marcus, Olivia, you want to add anything? So please add something to
Yeah,
this.
yeah, I'll go. So you got him thinking for asking those questions, like searching for an
Great,
answer within. You outlined a tool that he might be able to use. So
great.
like prioritizing, writing out a list. You built that rapport. I think I think you purposely, I feel like you purposely put that, can I give my lived experience bit in there just to sort of bring him back in and just show that he is in a safe place and someone that understands the chaos, maybe. I don't know if I'm right there, but that's just how I perceived it. And then you set the accountability at the end. My autistic brain is going, there was no three C's in the beginning, and I feel that might have set up the conversation and grounded Paresh, and maybe would have got through one of the actual problems, which so the job, the goals, the finance, the 2 years, the me time, the chaotic house. I think there was an opportunity to sort of hone in on one of those and quieten one of those down, and then he would have felt like I solved something in this session. I can't wait to come back for the second one. Um, so that's just mine. But overall, I think you did all right, actually. I hate being put on the spot and chucked in the deep end.
Yeah.
So to maintain that like calmness and your tone was pretty good.
Yeah, thanks,
So
mate.
Marcus, some feedback on the way you gave the feedback. I thought you
Yeah.
delivered that feedback well.
Okay.
And I completely agree on the check-in, contracting, build the container. I think that was also just kind of jumping in there made it a bit harder for Anthony as the coach. It would have been maybe a bit easier. My only feedback to you is don't blame your autistic brain. It was absolutely fucking spot on feedback.
And I'll say the
Mm.
way that you got us to think about the feedback, because I was just getting ready to give a shit sandwich.
Yeah,
Good shit, good. And that because that's how I was taught in retail. So it really challenged me on the spot to like, okay, you need to reframe the delivery. So that was really good.
cool. All right. Let's see how much Olivia and Ross have been able to take on board because they're most probably sitting there thinking, oh, fuck, what we going to say? What we going to say? What we going to say?
Well, there's not much to say because Marcus has nailed it from start
Yeah.
to finish, really. It's like, stop. I was thinking, just stop now. Come on, you need to leave something for me and Olivia to
Yeah.
talk about. No, that was
Okay,
great,
so do
Marcus.
you
Yeah.
do you see the level to the level one listening there? It's like, oh my God, what am I gonna say now? He's
Yeah.
fucking said it all. We're
Yeah.
gonna have to say something different. Da, da, da,
Mm, mm.
da.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so authentic. That's great. Just own it.
Mm,
Fuck. I haven't really got anything to add to what Mark has said,
no.
but
But I'll take on board like how you went about that coaching Anthony and like the sort of the analysis at the end by Marcus. Like there was lots of praise there, but also there was like, maybe starting off with a free seed at the start would have been probably a little bit better instead of just going straight in there with what's up sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I took a lot from that.
great.
Took a lot from
Okay,
it. Yeah, it was great.
let's hear from Olivia.
Mhm.
I've got nothing to say.
That's a
You've all,
nice smile.
you've all said everything. Maybe summarize at the end about what happened in the session. Is that
That's
one
that's
thing?
that's all good feedback, people.
Yeah. And I think the only reason I didn't do the free C is because we'd already done that in the container.
Great. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Marcus.
But that's the reasoning for why I didn't do it, because we'd already done that as a group.
So when I switched off my camera and went for a pee, that's exactly what I was going to say. Like, you missed the check-in, but we have sort of unofficially checked in. So good, you're conscious of it, you're thinking. Paresh, how was that for you? What worked?
It was good. It was so before coming on any of these sessions, if I was to pay someone to will be my recovery coach, and this I think is a person, I don't know if it's my personality or if it's my addiction side. I
Just
want all the
fucking talk.
answers, right? Huh?
Yeah, you want answers.
I want answers. I want solutions. I want answers. I like the homework. I want everything given to me. And that's not kind of what happened. And I know that's not what happens in recovery coaching now, through attending these sessions. So what Anthony did was he got my buy-in. So he got my, how do I explain this? He
Who did the work?
gave, I think I did.
Yes, I think you did too.
So he got my buy-in, and he got me to come up with the suggestions and the solutions. Yeah? Is that
Yeah,
fair or unfair?
that's exactly what he's
That's
meant to
what
do,
happened,
to
right?
get you
Yeah.
to fucking work.
He got me to come up with it. So then I'm assuming the theory behind that is, well, if I just tell you, right, go for a 10K run at 10 a.m., at 4 p.m., you've got a gap in your diary, do your yoga class for 20 minutes, and then next session on Thursday, come and see me, see how you get on, tell me if there's been a change. As opposed to, let's say, that sort of methodology, he got me to invest in it.
Okay.
So yeah. But a lot of people, I don't know if this is the right question to ask, but like, do you think a lot of people would be annoyed by that as well? They're like, well,
Absolutely. A lot of
hang on,
people are,
what am I paying for here? I'm coming up with the solutions,
yeah. So what are you paying for?
the guidance, the way to, a way to come up with the solutions. So Anthony said to me that, it'd be a good idea, or maybe I said it. I can't remember who said it first, to write it down. I think I said it. I don't know. Doesn't so um yeah, sorry, I've lost my train of thought.
That's all right. You've been fired from the class. You're not working hard enough. Okay.
I'm surprised I lasted this long, so I'll take it. Um yeah. But like, it's just interesting to like yeah, you said yes. Of course people have that thinking.
Ross, you put your hand up. Do you need to jump off?
I just had a thought, and I was thinking the same thing, Fresh. Like, what? Sometimes you think, like, why would somebody like sort of like pay you for this? And I'm thinking this as like you were speaking to Anthony. And I'm thinking like you wouldn't get that conversation from like somebody else without like one of your friends. Well, maybe some of us have these people in our lives. I've got a couple of people that I used to pay that now just are my friends that I could have these conversations with. But there's like, I would say a very like 1% out of 100. There's very few people in your life that you could have that type of conversation with without paying, if any at all. So I think like that's the conclusion that I came with. I don't know if that maybe sheds light on your thoughts and your feelings around that sort of subject, but
So
there's very few
you're
people.
being paid to
I
show
don't
up
know.
in a professional role,
Mm,
to show up like this.
Yeah.
Something like that, David. Yeah, I just think like there's no like I was listening to what Anthony was saying to Paresh, and I'm thinking like in my head at that point, I'm thinking there's nobody really that you wouldn't get that from somebody unless you were paying for it. So that's why kind of like there is the professional and there is the kind of like student kind of side of
And
things, and maybe that doubt in
what
your mind.
what type of person would pay for that? What
Someone that
type of
wants it, someone that obviously needs it, but really wants it, wants to need it. You know, like they're
and
in
what
that.
type of professional role would that be?
Well, sorry, which side we're talking? The one that
So
wants.
yeah. So most people would say, "Oh, I'd pay to go see a counselor for that, or I'd pay a psychologist for that, or I'd pay da 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 da."
Mm,
Yeah.
maybe. Do you want to go, Anthony? 'Cause I'm a
I
bit stuck here.
I know, no, go ahead. I just need to say goodbye. I need to drop off. I've
Ah,
got therapy session at 11.
When's my
Okay,
see you,
next
mate.
session?
therapist.
When's
Therapist.
my
Yeah.
next recovery session?
I'll see you next week. I might be here Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Great. Yeah. Well, that's
See
good
you,
news,
Anthony.
Anthony. Your coachy wants to see you again.
Yeah, great. Thanks,
Yeah.
Paresh.
Thanks, Anthony. Thanks a lot.
See you
See you
guys.
later, bro.
Yeah.
Have a good session.
Should we take a 7-minute break there?
Yeah, perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marcus, yeah, perfect.
Was bag.
Hello, David.
Who's that?
Ross.
Are you back? Good.
Yeah, I'm back. Do you have
Right.
any like events on this year? Just while we're sort of out of the session, but any like gatherings or any like events,
An
addiction
in-person
conferences
event.
or random stuff in London, like events through the summer or whatever?
Yeah, we must
Wanna?
put on some more. I wanted to do another 3-day training in London. It's just difficult to get people to pay for it. I'm doing something up in Middlesbrough, but that's for Middlesbrough staff. In May. Would you be interested in attending a 3-day training?
I would be if it, um, yeah, if it's feasible, if it's works within my sort of schedule and stuff for sure. Yeah, yeah, I definitely like as well to be like not hands on, but like interacting like face to face would be so good for me, massively. Yeah.
Marcus, would you also be into that?
Yeah, I'm up for meeting some people. It was nice to meet Olivia. And it created a bit more of a pool, and yeah.
And you're in Kent as well, Marcus.
No, I'm just outside. I'm just outside Croydon, so I'm very close to London. I'm close to links to everywhere. Like, yeah,
Okay.
transport's good.
So are you in what's is Croydon London?
I'm sorry, but it's literally just on the
Sorry.
border of
Okay.
London,
Okay.
so I can
Is
get
that
to
West
most
Marcus,
places.
is it?
No, it's southeast, but like
Oh, okay.
the north end of southeast.
Okay.
That's the thing.
The north end of southeast.
It is now.
But yeah, I can travel up. I've got some friends up that way, so it'll be a good excuse to just do a round trip.
Great. And you, Ross, where you're Bristol way?
Yeah, I'm
Where you?
Gloucestershire, so I'm in Gloucester, so about 45 minutes from Bristol, about an hour and a half from London.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bristol
so
would be a good
closer.
place. I think it's quite grassrootsy um, down there, so it's kind of radical knowledge. This sort of stuff. I think it would fit in Bristol quite well, like that sort
Mm,
of.
So
yeah,
should we aim to do a 3-day training in Bristol?
could do. Why not?
My sister lives in Bristol, so I'll have a place to stay. Just need to get the train ticket.
Yeah, yeah, it would be nice for sure. Something I think in person. Like I did I went and met up with the NADA acupuncture. So I'm an acupuncture therapist, a regular
Oh no,
acupuncture.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I went and met up with Jill Croft. She's like a practitioner. She's a trainer, and they did a thing in Swindon, which is like just close to Bristol, close to Gloucester. And she was like training a group of people in an addiction center, a group of staff in an addiction center in Swindon, and I just went along and joined in for the day, which was really nice, and this got me thinking like it would be nice to kind of attend some sort of. And they have a conference as well in London. It's be really interesting to go to. It's all based around sort of addiction and mental health and how the acupuncture kind of works in that sense. They do it once a year, so I'm going to try and
So
attend that. But I just wanted to try and get a bit more involved with like
yeah,
sort of the
no, good.
addiction
So
side of things and attend something in person, really.
Marcus, you're gonna get busier and busier with us, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah. Because I mean, IMROC and Recovery Connections are part of the OHED Lero recovery capacity building stuff. and you're well in there. It's your job role is perfect for this.
Mm.
So
The recovery connections are nationwide then, are they?
no, they're in the northeast.
Yeah.
I wish they would go nationwide.
They're great.
But
I volunteered for them doing like cookery classes when I lived up in Hartlepool. So I did like
okay,
cooking on a budget, it was called. It was like I had to cook for like 30 people on £20. It was it was tough, but I enjoyed it. You know, it was good. Yeah. Nice.
do you think you could do that online?
Good one. Yeah, could do for sure. For
Okay,
sure,
so
yeah.
maybe we must look at an online event where we get people to come in, and then
Mm.
I'd attend, and you could
Yeah,
put that down as your kind of coaching hours.
yeah, I could do for sure. I mean, I I kind of I love that, but I kind of preferred another one that I did. It was called Food for Mood, and all the recipes were like tailored around like what different foods do to your brain, and how it can
Oh,
like
brilliant! Even
aid
better,
recovery.
food for mood.
Food for Mood, yeah, yeah, it was great. That was with it's just sort of like an open sort of rehab kind of thing in a sense that I used to go to in Hartlepool. It
Okay.
was like a day centre. There was like a timetable of different activities on in the day, and one of them was cooking a food for mood class, which I took over and kind of did. But it was great. It's a great concept, but it closed down in the end. That place, the system, Marcus, fucking system,
I had
closed
a
down, lost funding.
I had a concept called Grow in Truth, and it was to
Mm,
encourage all of these different recovery environments, so like supported living, care homes, rehabs, to sort of come together and in a space to get people cooking and work out what's good for them.
mm.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd be
could you
interested in
guys travel to Haringey in London?
Haringey, never heard of it. Never been
which
there
is it
before.
northwest? I think it's
Northeast of
north.
London.
Yeah, I can get there. It's pretty
Oh, you asking?
accessible.
Sorry, I thought it said, have you ever been there?
Right. What's the first thing we do?
Chicken.
Great. Marcus, hold the container. Build it and then hold it.
Yeah, I'm
Facilitate
feeling.
the class for the next 20 minutes.
I don't know about that, but yeah, I'm checking in. Good, excited. It was a really good conversation, and I will tag Olivia.
Yeah, checking in good. Thanks, Marcus. Checking in good. Taking lots of notes. Kind of started off my ketamine group already. Gone way over. I'm going to send you some stuff in a minute, Marcus, when we come off here. So yeah, all good with me. I check in Ross.
Oh, thanks, Olivia. Yeah, checking in great. Once again, always enlightened with especially like-minded people, you know. Very positive and educational. It's great. Paresh.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the first session. It was good to be coached, even though it was only 10 minutes. Wanted more, so you know, it was good. Looking forward to the remaining session.
Awesome. Who does anyone have any thoughts like where we should take the container next? Is there like a topic that anyone's picked up on that they want to explore more?
Um,
Maybe like, you know, it's sort of hit on like sort of obviously recovery, but like it's quite a broad subject when you kind of go into it. Like for me, like I did volunteering with the Food for Mood, and that was based around recovery and how food can like aid your recovery. Maybe we could talk about maybe different aids of recovery, more like, I don't know, it's just a thought. I don't really know where I'm going with it. Just yeah, different. Obviously, recovery is like kind of stopping your substance or stopping your sort of destructive behaviour, but like sort of the aids around recovery and how you can really boost that. Maybe Now you can, don't know, like anybody got any experience that they want to share, or maybe they've thought about, or they want to pass on to potential clients, or there's a lot here.
The food for mood ones are great. I've not heard of that before.
Mm,
Love to hear more about that.
yeah. Okay. Got
But yeah, you're right. I mean, if anyone else has any other suggestions or
mm. So like with food, with the food for mood stuff, you might, look at food as just food, but really it's like an accumulation of different chemicals that have different reactions with the brain,
yeah,
and then in turn reacts differently to the body, whatever it may be. My mum has high blood pressure. She won't mind me saying this. So she went to the doctor, and the doctor gave her some tips on how she can change her diet to reduce her blood pressure. It's kind of like that scenario, and her blood pressure has now come down, which is great.
makes a big difference, doesn't it? Like,
Huge, yeah.
especially as you get older. Like
Mm,
when I stopped drinking, I went to sugar, 100%,
mm,
and I put on so much weight. I weighed 104 kilos a year ago. Now,
wow.
even though I'm cheating by taking jabs, I've learnt a lot about actually food
Mm,
and the mood it puts you in, and yeah, sugar's
yeah.
terrible.
But like sugar as well, it's like I don't know, it's like a stimulant, isn't it? It's like
100%.
there's an
It's
up
an
and then
addiction.
there's a down. Yeah, it's like the
But when I said I reckon it's cross addiction, 100%.
mm, legal addictions, I call them: caffeine, gambling, sugar.
Sugar,
Those
ice
sort of
cream. Yeah.
anything
Yeah,
in
you
there.
see it all in rehab.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
When they come in, everybody's under sugar and coffee straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. It's
Yeah.
just to get that next, isn't it? It's just not. I mean,
So there is,
sugar's not gonna lose my house, get me divorced,
yeah.
unless my wife looks at me and goes, "You're too fat now." But
Yeah.
you know, it's
So
not
Well,
gonna
if you
happen,
keep,
is
I
it?
just wanted to go back to the recovery because like something that I notice is the recovery is used a lot, and it's just like a word that's like it's a broad term, like he was trying to explain, like what's like three things that people think of when they think of the word recovery, like in a word association. Like, what three things come to mind when you think of recovery? And then maybe two things that you hope that the word recovery could convey more in the space. So just go around and like five things, three things that we associate with recovery now, and then two things that we want to maybe attach to that word and take out into the wider space.
I'll go first, Marcus. So the first one was three things that I associate with recovery.
Yeah.
So number one would probably be like probably anxiety, maybe a bit like judgmental, judged, judged. I'd say judged. Um, Probably they're all like maybe like fear based from like feeling like judged and misunderstood. So like judged, anxious, and misunderstood. Don't know if that falls under judged. Probably those three things come to mind first, really. For me. The second question.
Yeah. What two things would you want to add to that so people get a different perspective of recovery? So like from just the drugs and alcohol, but how would you include them to open up that knowledge to like cooking classes or acupuncture and
Mm, Probably I would say um the addiction kind of like lies within, maybe like for me, like I feel like people are the problem, not like the substances. Like the answers like lie within us, and it's not necessarily like that one thing that you've latched onto, whether it's alcohol or heroin or gambling or whatever the sort of like mainstream addictions are. It's kind of for me, from the way I look at it, it's like just anything sort of instantly gratifying that you're kind of comfortable in. So maybe opening people's minds up to looking at addiction as more of a mainstream thing instead of something that's kind of grotty and like dirty. It's kind of like, no, there is addiction is packets of sweets on Tesco shelves. It's not like back alley stuff. It's like in your face all the time. It's not nothing to be. It's not different. It's kind of like an everyday thing.
Yeah. And what is
Um,
it for you? What is it for you in that sense?
Probably just start like addictions, like and it's everywhere. It's not illegal. It's like legal. It's like there's illegal and there's illegal, obviously, addictions where we obviously know what that is, but like the sort of the legal side of things is like, addictions kind of everywhere. Whether people think they're addicted or not is it's kind of up to them, really. But for me, kind of addiction is it's kind of in your face everywhere, and it's like everyday kind of battle, really. To kind of like keep the homeostasis, like homeo sort of static line within yourself, kind of keep just level in a way instead of going up and down and up and down. It's kind of a difficult one, to manage your time and your impulses and things like that. Yeah.
So I got from that anxiety judged, fear-based, misunderstood, and then they're not quite
Uh,
your words, but I got like what you
mm,
would like to convey is it's more than just a process, it's a journey, and that there should be like more education around what is addictive. So like there are legal things. We promote it in a capitalistic sense, like we're actually all addicted but unaware of the recovery thing as a concept. Is that right? Or
100%. Yeah. Thanks for like dissecting my sort of like life story there. I don't even know how to explain it, but like, I appreciate that. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, more so like, like, yeah, like addiction is so people look at addiction as like it's illegal, but really like addiction is legal and it's in your face everywhere. And if it was kind of maybe just brought together and
yeah.
people would understand it and sort of respect it more and be more courteous of it.
Thanks, Ross. No, it's good.
Mm.
It's opened up the conversation. I hope had it provoked anyone else to what three things that you associate with the word recovery, and what two things would you include to maybe come away or add to this to remove the stigma or to add to the benefit, Paresh or Olivia?
I wrote down the three things that come to mind when you hear the word recovery. Is it's a wide subject that can mean so much these days, right? It doesn't just mean alcohol and drugs. It's there's a lot of addictions out there. And it also, you hear the term recovery, people, and I'm in recovery, or you could be in recovery, and it's got nothing to do with addiction. But that's, I suppose, separate. But so what I'm saying is it's wide. It's a wide subject. It's a sensitive subject, and what other thing that comes to mind is it's a long-term journey. Are the three things that I wrote down.
And what two things would you include to reduce the stigma or to broaden the knowledge that it's not just because I'm picking up a theme, it's everyone's risk
I think
so far is
conversation
saying
and
addiction,
education
conversation and
or could be mean the same thing. That, and I think people are more accepting, or I don't know if the word's accepting, but people know more about addiction and more understanding of it, aren't they, than they were 20 years ago? You know,
what's changed in 20 years? Why do people know more?
because I think it's everywhere. People hear about it more, so people are like, well, what's that about? What's going on here? Or maybe because there's more conversations about it, more education about it, then more people are putting their hand up and going, well, I think I might have a problem or have an addiction. So if there's more people doing that, then there's more likelihood that you know more people that are going through it. Could be a son, could be a father, could be anyone, a colleague. So you hear about it more. You hear about it on the news. You hear about it. You see it. You see it
So
more on the streets, don't you? You know,
yeah.
I didn't live here 20 years ago, but I'm sure you see it more on the streets everywhere. So it's like, well, what's that? What's happened here? So there's more awareness. So I think people have gone who are more accepting or have more of an understanding.
So I'm picking up addiction as well as what what you both have said. I assimilate addiction to it too. Olivia, do you have anything? You're
You're on
muted.
mute. You're on mute.
Can't really think of anything, to be fair. Like Perry said, there's lots of more education out there and stuff like that, but I don't think there is enough information out there, to be fair. And I think people hide away a lot as well they hide their addiction from family and friends. They don't like, they're not very forthcoming. You know, I had my family around me all weekend, and two of them definitely need help. Not my place to say it, but they never admit it. And I'm sure there is lots of other people out there that have problems that just don't want to actually admit
Yeah.
it.
So three words that recovery means to you. So again, like a word association, when you hear the word recovery, three things that means for you, or three words that sort of come to mind.
Um, mm, I say I'm recovered, so recovery isn't kind of something that I would say. When I started off, I was going through recovery, but I think because there is that kind of battle. Are you fully recovered? Are
Yeah.
you fully not recovered? So that's a stigma out there as well. But I kind of say I am recovered. I don't know, some people mightn't say that.
So recovery is pre-recovered for you.
Yeah.
That's one. Two more.
What do you mean about kids? And for people, acceptance as well. Acceptance that acknowledge that you had an addiction or you have an addiction.
Yeah. I'd, if you don't mind me filling in the third one, just because it's the status quo, it's addictions, obviously comes to mind when we talk about recovery. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then two things that you would like to add to the word recovery, so that it's not those stigmatized, shame-based words.
I'm not too sure, Marcus. You've caught me off guard.
Okay, that's cool. So I went back there because it's like it highlights that addictions is what is the predominant word, and then but it's not just addiction to drugs and alcohol. Because I think addiction, people think drugs and alcohol, but with conversation and education, I think it gives meaning to other things that are addictive. So people are like seeing that sugar or money or gambling or
Yeah.
behaviors or addictions to social media, and there's the conversation in that space. It's bringing meaning to the words, so people are sort of attaching more, and it's becoming broader.
Right. Yeah.
So I personally feel that wellness or a journey to wellness is a better terminology
Yeah.
for myself. And I try and carry that in the space because I think that kind of destigmatizes things. But what other activities would bring wellness to the space of recovery? So we've got food and food for mood, education around nutrition, sort of cooking workshops. What other things have people experienced or would hope.
Doing kind of group activities like walking groups and things like that. Would that be one?
Picking up new hobbies then, like
Yeah.
new sort of, yeah.
Educating yourself.
Mm.
So how would you hold a space that so for me, I did pottery recently, and it took 2 years to actually do it after being bugged to do pottery. So what would just a final sort of thought, how do we hold a space where people feel encouraged to come and do something they're not comfortable with, or that's outside of their comfort zone? What sort of space would we need to create as coaches to open that up?
Safe place.
Safe spaces. So
Inconsistent.
non-judgmental. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe like
Cool.
consistency, like, like every, Sunday at 10 o'clock, meet at the same place, same time. Setting like boundaries, like, if you're not there at 10, like, we're leaving for the walk. We're not going to wait till 5 past for you because you're late. It's just not how it works. That sort of stuff. Bit more like, regimented, especially in early recovery as well. I think, like, there needs to be like boundaries and needs to be a bit more like regimented, just to kind of get you into the swing of things. Yeah, that's just a thought, really.
So
If you were setting up like a
consistencies,
walking group, yeah, like you'd be here at 10.
and
Yeah,
boundaries.
I think
Consistent
so. Yeah,
boundaries.
yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I just want to grab Paresh's thoughts on that. What sort
Yeah.
of spaces, what do you feel would create a safe space to encourage someone to get out of their comfort zone? What would you like to see more of?
Tough one. I would say more conversations and more opportunities to discuss, but there is so much out there, isn't there?
Okay.
It's about finding it.
So visibility
Yeah.
and information.
And access.
Okay. Access. Safe. So I got safe spaces, consistency, conversation, visibility, consistency.
So there's more people talking about it.
Boundaries.
There's more awareness in society. There's more understanding. So even on my journey, I've had a lot of people going, "Oh, do you know, the main thing is that you're okay." It's like, "Oh, what, really?" You get surprised because people must be thinking about this stuff or know people that are affected by it more and more because there are more addictions and there's more people in recovery. It's just trending up, isn't it? So that then after that, it's like more visibility would be good, I think.
So if we wrap that discussion up, what's one thing that each person can take away and advocate for or do to sort of bring that to the world? It could just be in your everyday life. It could be in your work. Just one thought or action that you can take away.
So if it comes up, if it comes up in conversation, just generally or whoever with, then you can take it to the next level and talk about the solution
So
a bit more.
encourage the conversation.
Encourage
Okay,
the next stage of the conversation, which is
Mm.
visibility, resource, solution focused.
excellent. Ross, you had your
Yeah, I think my message in regards to kind of opening people's minds up to looking at recovery as like addiction as like a whole, not just an illegal thing that, you know, people perceive it as, like sort of like the legal addictions, kind of like having sort of a clear message behind that. And I think within doing that, it would be more sort of inclusive and sort of get people thinking more and be a bit more accepting of the actual word addiction and words like recovery and things like that. I think for me, having like a clear message around sort of that ethos and that sort of like feeling and thought that I have would be beneficial for me. So I can sort of pass on my own sort of like experience and thoughts on that side of things to get people sort of talking about it more and more accepting of it.
So information, education, and getting from that.
Yeah.
And Olivia?
Just sharing, if you're in groups and things like that, just sharing it. Like I do mostly groups, so if one person brings something, and then they all kind of listen and they'll ask questions about that and kind of just informs them what all the things are that they're doing and stuff like that they can access. Just sharing the information.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Oh, well done, Marcus.
Well done, Marcus.
Right. Paresh, Ross, and Olivia, give Marcus feedback. What did he do well?
A lot.
In facilitating, in holding the container.
He brought things back to his questions all the time.
You can't, yeah.
It kept us kind of focused, I suppose, with what we should be saying. Not what we should be saying, but bringing the question back if we were kind of going off on one.
What was the agenda?
Three things to
That come to mind when you hear the word recovery. What are the three things that come to mind?
That was halfway through the conversation. He brought in that question to the container to you all. But what was the agenda in the beginning?
food for mood.
Was it? I brought up a conversation. Did I brought the topic of trying to
Yeah.
look into recovery and sort of, you know, not like all the things are obviously stopping the heroin would be the main thing, but all the other little building blocks around the recovery, like what other things you can do to kind of recover, not to stop your main addiction, whatever it is.
So I would say the topic was what, like, and it's a wonderful topic, but like recovery is so more than just not talking about the drugs. All the other stuff, like, so what makes up recovery? Yeah. And that was a great piece to go in and then facilitate a conversation around. Yeah. So the point is you check in contract, create the container, and the agenda comes from the container. And you bought the agenda, Ross. So he held that very well. He said, okay, so what are we going to talk about? You remember doing that, Marcus?
Yeah.
Yeah. So good for you. Yep. Then what happened?
I kind of rambled on a little bit. Well, no, Marcus kind of like set the agenda. Like he gave us these he kind of sort of induced the conversation. I rambled on for a little bit, and he brought us back to the actual subject of the conversation.
Brought you back to the agenda, guys.
Yeah.
This is what. So he
And then we
kept
kind
the
of went around the
conversation.
circle.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he moved it along, and then he asked the powerful question. Two questions. What were they again?
It was three things that that we associate with recovery. You know, three words that we associate, or three thoughts we associate with recovery.
Who was doing the work?
Us.
You lot were. Yep. He was facilitating it. Yep. What else?
There was two things. What was it, Mark? Two things that we. Oh God, what was it now? Two things.
Paresh, Olivia,
Someone help.
jump in
Someone help me
anytime. Bring Ross down from the cross. He's getting nailed up there by himself.
Help.
Was it two things we can change? Or
so the solution started to come from, yeah.
You remember, Paresh, two things that, what was the exact words? Two things.
Two things that you that
That you would include,
Two.
two things that
you
you
would
would bring in.
include.
What are the things that you could have?
Improve to help the stigma around addiction.
Yeah.
Recovery.
You see how they're sweating, Marcus?
Sorry, Marcus. We did. We were listening, I promise.
No. Relax. This is just the learning part of it. It's really difficult to learn as a coach to fucking do fuck all. It's hard work doing that, holding the space, bringing it back, staying on track. What do you want talking about today? Da 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 da. Okay. What did he do well in getting the information out of you?
He broke down like what we actually said, like, well, especially from what I was saying. I couldn't really like project my actual core thought, and then Marcus kind of like broke down my life story and kind of gave it in
That
little
was
bullet
it. You
points.
said
Yeah,
your words were,
yeah,
"Oh, you just spoke my life story. Thank you so much." There was like a relief in
yeah.
him reflecting back what had been said, him articulating that to you. You had a physical like, "Oh yeah, someone gets it. He's got it for me." It's yeah,
Felt supported. Yeah.
felt supported.
Mm.
Isn't that nice, huh?
Mm. And as well, like seeing it from like both sides now. So like obviously it was like I was at the coachee and Marcus was the coach, or we were the coachees, and to see how that feels, like and the way Marcus kind of like handled it was great. Felt great, yeah. Beneficial.
Paresh, Olivia, what else are you gonna add?
I'm going to take this session to my group later on tonight. And just, yes, I'm going to do that tonight.
Say more about that.
I will kind of let them all check in, and then
Yeah.
I'll set the agenda.
You'll set the agenda.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I normally listen to the room. If they normally don't come up with anything. If they don't, then I set the agenda.
Okay. So you're quite prescriptive still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It is.
All right.
And then if I ask the questions, then they will share amongst themselves.
Okay.
And then when they go off, I can bring them back to the room.
Okay. So just be careful with knowing that, like, when you're bringing the agenda, and sometimes you do need to bring the agenda, because like I bring the agenda here, we're on a training here, you're here to learn about coaching. These are da 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 da. That's the overall agenda.
Yeah.
How we dance in that space.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's going to take practice. Good.
Yeah.
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 Paresh? Paresh?
Yeah.
Are you just thinking, what the fuck am I going to go say? I'm going to go back
I thought
to.
Marcus did a really good job.
He did a
But
fucking
he
excellent
did a
job.
really good job. Yeah.
What did he do well?
He kept. I think. I mean, it's been said many times already, but he just kept it on track, and kept bringing it back to the original question, because I'm definitely good at going off on tangents. So that's really important, isn't it? Otherwise, you just get lost in it and talk forever and then feel like you don't actually achieve anything from the original question or subject that we wanted to talk about.
So from a coaching perspective, forwarding the action, deepening the learning, you want to kind of keep the conversation moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, it's actually, it's not like, oh, well, let's wander all over the place and da, 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 da. It's actually, yeah, we're.
Yeah. And you see that a lot everywhere, don't you? In the household, in the workplace. Go in with an agenda and you start talking about all sorts of stuff. You're back to kind of square one. Well, it's like, well, hang on, what about the original problem or statement or question that we had to address?
What's the meeting agenda? What's the
Correct.
outcome?
Yeah.
You can't go everywhere. And then
Exactly.
also, people can get, particularly in the corporate space, we're having a meeting, we got the agenda, da 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 da. People go through the process, but the real things aren't being spoken about.
Yeah. Yeah. Opposite.
Yeah,
The opposite
yeah,
problem.
let's have a meeting about having another meeting to
Yeah.
discuss the previous. It's actually like, fuck it, guys. Enough talking. Do you want to sort this shit out or not?
Mm.
Okay. Marcus, well done. I think you did. Yes, Ross, come in.
I just wanted to say, like, I thought Marcus like held his position well. You know, like
He's
he
got
didn't like
good
get
body
sucked
energy,
into
huh?
people's like, yeah,
Mm.
he didn't get sucked into people's like personal shit and like no, like become like, you know what
Yeah.
it is, like, oh,
True.
like, oh, like, become like a friend. He was like, no, he's got his job to do. He held his job. He had a role to play. He played it, and yeah, and we got the most out of it. You know, and I thought that was great. Yeah, just wanted
Right.
to say that. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
No worries.
So, Olivia, Ross, and Paresh, what have you learned by giving Marcus feedback? What have you learned about coaching? Other than your dog's bored and wants your attention, Ross.
Just learn more about the methodology and actually seeing it in practice. Which is good because I'm going through the content online. So that stuff is just so invaluable to me right now.
Great. Okay,
Seeing it
wonderful.
in practice, like even that 10 minutes was amazing. It was just 10 minutes. But and holding the container for 20 minutes and Marcus going through what he went through. It was good.
Do you notice the way Paresh is speaking? Yeah, the 10 minutes like this, and then Marcus holding the container and going through. It's wonderful, Paresh. Olivia?
Overall, I think Mark has done really well.
Yeah, what have you learned?
What have I learned is to listen more, keep bringing their container back if people are going off. Yeah.
Ross?
The main thing I learned is how it feels to be on the other side. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, like how it feels to be on the other side. I'd say that, and like, you know, just understanding when people get put on the spot and they start to kind of get a bit emotional and kind of anxious, just to, you know, understand how that feels and like bring them back to the subjects which we spoke about, which Mark has done really well. But yeah, just the main thing for me is just how it feels to be on the other side. Well, that was very beneficial. I've not felt that. I've obviously felt it in the past when I've been through therapy and coaching and blah blah blah, but I've not felt that for a while. I forgot that feeling, and that was important.
Great. Okay, Marcus, here you go. How do you think you did and what did you learn?
So I actually thought I was quite composed, like visually, but underneath I was like, it's the swan. Underneath I was like, fuck, they're getting away from what we want to talk about. Like, Ross set the agenda. I did pick up on the agenda. I picked up that that was the agenda. I had my own agenda. I was like, okay, right, what can we learn? What can we do with this? So that was like really hard to just like think on the spot. Um, Also, I don't feel that I listened to Paresh as much as what I did Ross. But that I think might have been a part of like the neurodiversity is like there was the change in voice and tone. So I was tuned in to Ross and then the others came in. It became a bit noisy for me. I was then picking up having to like work three threads rather than just the one. So I feel that one-to-one coaching is going to be easier than group coaching. It's like keeping track of the different threads and thinking thoughts in that session. And then I genuinely thought at one point that David was messaging you individually, going, "Okay, right, do this and take the conversation off course here." And I was like, "This is a conspiracy."
Yeah, no, I wasn't. I wasn't doing that. The only time I messaged everyone was at the end.
But it was it was nice to feel the natural chaos that comes with people, because everyone was invested. I felt everyone was invested and was trying to like get the best out of it for themselves. And I guess there was like a bit of unity and like, oh, fuck, Marcus is on the spot. Like, how can we make this easier? So I felt that coming through a little bit as well. So,
Oh, that must have been nice.
but yeah, it wasn't easy, that's for sure. But yeah, I definitely, it took me back to my retail days where you kind of have to keep calm and carry on whilst underneath, like your whole world's just fucking falling apart. Like, shit, I've got so much to do here. And it's just one conversation on one topic.
So you did very well at standing and delivering. It's like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, I gotta hold this now. Okay, shit.
And it was nice to practice. I'd literally just been through the coaching conversation on the material. So it was
Okay,
nice
good.
to put some of that in practice. And I've been doing that wherever I can in the situation I've been coming up in the past few weeks. I've been trying to use the coaching. No one said to me like, fuck's sakes, will you stop coaching me yet? So it's obviously, it resonates well in the sense so far. But yeah, it was good to practice.
Well done, people. I've really enjoyed today's class. I can't believe it's 2 hours already. Fucking hell. I mean, it's
quick.
almost 2 o'clock here where I am. My body clock's 2 hours behind, so I'm 2 hours ahead here. And it's like, oh fuck, okay.
You're flying all over the world at the moment, David.
Hey?
You're flying all over the world at the moment.
Yeah,
You were
yeah.
Holland last week.
So one of the myths in about South Africa is it's filled with crime. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard about it. And last week I was in the Netherlands and I was with Paula at a business meeting. And straight after the business meeting, she got a message on her phone saying there was this prisoner that had escaped and taken down 2 guards and stolen their gun and was running around the neighborhood, and her daughter and all the kids were locked in the school while everyone was looking for this escaped convict with a gun. And then 2 days later, I was staying with Joost in Laren, and at 4:30 in the morning, there was a great big bang just outside his house, and somebody'd blown up the ATM machine and stolen all the cash. So I said, fuck, I'm going back to Joburg. It's safer. It's safer there. Jesus, this is like the Netherlands. Oh, fucking hell, people. So anyway, listen, I've really enjoyed today's class. Are you all good with the transcript and the recording?
Yep.
Yep. Well done, everyone, and thanks for participating. And it feels the container feels tight and supportive. Yep. Ross and Paresh, please try and get on the school platform and comment. Get involved if you can. And Olivia, Marcus, well done for that and keep going. I loved what you were asking about the ketamine support, Olivia. Yep. And Marcus, thank you so much for standing in on for us and representing on Thursday.
It's no problem. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully I'll learn how to write a bloody funding script.
Yeah. I fucking hope so too. And please get them to record it.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Yep. Cool. All right, I check out with a lot of joy. I'll tag you, Ross.
Yeah, I'll check out with even more joy than David. I'll check out, tag in Paresh.
Yeah, I'm really excited about having more conversations like this. Really good. Really good. Olivia, sorry.
You got there in the end, eh? We were all going,
Yeah.
we were all going to frap him, and we thought, no, wait.
Not again, yeah.
Thanks, Paresh. Yeah, I check out really good. I suppose I'm going to be speaking with Marcus for the next 2 hours. Yeah. So I'll tag in Marcus.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I feel like my brain's been lit up. So I'm looking forward to what productivity can come from that. And yeah, it was a good session. And yeah, thank you for your feedback as well. It's all gets absorbed. So, and David, oh, you really checked out with Joy, didn't you?
Yep, it's fine. And yeah, lots of love, everyone. See you later. Bye.
Take care,
Thanks,
everyone.
David.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.